Listen to the full podcast over on Spotify. The link is in the description down below.
That's the good thing with international management as a secondary save is you can kind of whip through the seasons. You can focus, several hours a week gameplay on your main save and then just have a couple of hours a week dedicated to your international save and still get through, 2 or 3 calendar years in a week if possible.
Nice and chill. Just chill out from the main save. Just we'll do a few international games and see how it pans out, which leads me nicely to ask you as to what's your greatest international achievement in Football Manager?
Okay. Well, just trying to think. If we go for one of the big achievements, I have managed to win the World Cup on a couple of occasions across different saves.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, at the same time, there's been a couple of achievements with more obscure teams or slightly more kind of left of center competitions and things like that. I think one of my favorite overall saves that I've ever had on Football Manager was probably way back Football Manager 2009, I think. And I took over a Mexican club, and that particular time, the Mexican teams, they were entering everything. They were entering the CONCACAF North American Champions League. They were entering the Copa Libertadores. So
wow.
There's a crazy amount of games going on. And I had this idea of what if I can... Yeah, I was there's 8 different trophies they could possibly compete for in a season. And can I win all of them? And then took over the Mexican national team. Obviously picked a lot of my own players, and we managed to win the World Cup there. So that was my favorite World Cup win. I would say apart from that, I had another journeyman save where I managed Iraq for a time. And again, It was a quarter-final of the World Cup appearance and semi-finals in the Asian Cup. So that was a good run with that particular team.
Big accolades.
Yeah, definitely. But I'd say last year I had a pretty good achievement with the Andorran national team. We got within a playoff game, a single elimination playoff game of qualifying for the Euros. But right at the end, unfortunately, Football Manager 21 came along, so we never actually saw this in action. But we did get all the way up to Nations League Division B.
Nice.
With Andorra, which was pretty cool.
That is a big achievement for a nation like Andorra because, like you mentioned on before, with some of the nations in the game, because they haven't got their own leagues and things, you kind of have to rely on certain clubs with links to that country to get the players to come through. Like Andorra in the Spanish divisions. So to get that far, I think is a massive achievement. Fair play. That's really good. I don't think I'd want it's a big one for me. I think I'm right. Where are all these players coming from? Where am I finding them? And it's you got one team. You got one team in Spain. That's your lot. Although, are there any other clubs that produce Andorran players then? On the regular, I suppose.
I did also, for that save, I downloaded an Andorran league file.
Oh, there we are.
And had that loaded as well. I guess you might get some players with Andorran second nationality coming through. Some of the kind of Catalonian teams in Spain, or maybe some teams in southern France, you might get some second nationality.
Listen to the full podcast over on Spotify. The link is in the description down below.